tell you once, don't tell you twice. And I'm real discreet, a thief in the night. Yeah. If I call you once, I know it's good. I know it's true. I know it's fine. I'll tell you once, don't tell you twice. And I'm real discreet, a thief in the night. Thief in the night. If I call you once, I know it's good. I know it's true. I know it's fine.
All right, YouTube. What's the big old deal, man? It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy. We back at it with another one. All right, man. So we got a trending topic, man. It looks like Big U have denied a plea deal. No plea deals accepted. Now, let me just say this, right? Big U have been getting caught with not directly getting in contact with his counterparts that he's not allowed to talk to at the current moment. But he's been sending messages to certain people to tell other people that everybody that's on the RICO case, they are not to take a deal. Once again, he's sending, and this is just alleged, right? I mean, well, it's actually in the paperwork, but right now, Big U is shaking up because he's gambling off of how loyal is everybody that's on that RICO, right? This is going to be a time where you're going to know if you're a friend or you're a foe. You see what I'm saying? Big U just lost his son. Big U just lost everything. Big U had multi-million-dollar houses. He had a nonprofit organization. What he also did for the community was he took care of the youth in that community with the football team and all that. Now, you got a lot of people on that RICO case, right? And he sent the order to everybody. Don't nobody take a deal unless I take my deal first. Right? Because if anybody take a deal before he takes his deal, he's automatically he FUCC. You see what I'm saying? You can't, y'all know how this, well, a lot of y'all don't know how this go, but you got to realize this, right? He can't talk to anybody that's on that RICO case. Now, one of the people that I think that he got to worry about is Loose Cannon. Loose Cannon. Yeah, hell yeah. That nigga was talking about, yeah, Big U was passing guns and burning the cereal. Remember all the stuff that he said on No Jumper is finna come back and bite him in his ASS. One thing for sure, two things for certain. If Big U ever been frightened or scared, because his life depends on it, right? We you know what I'm saying? We got some good content coming today, man. When I say, let me tell y'all something, right? You know, pay attention to what people say out of anger. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they've been dying to tell your ass that shit. So a lot of times Big U is sitting, well, Big U got to sit in his cell and wonder, damn, I wonder how did I treat each and everybody that's on this RICO case? You know what I'm saying? Because if I did something to him, you know what I'm saying? How can I expect him to cooperate? Because everybody is basically, you a foot soldier. You basically got to let him win so you can take your deals. You see what I'm saying? So let's get into the content, man. I tell people all the time, man, you know, they only loyal to you when you up, but they watch you when you down. You got to understand something, homie. This game is cold. Big U is going to fight one of the most biggest RICO cases of his life. You see what I'm saying? And it stems from everything that they had on that wiretap. That's why I tell y'all, for the YNs out there, let me tell y'all something, man. I know a lot of y'all want to aspire to be the top ninja in your hood. I want you to go back and remember what you wanted to be before you start gangbanging. 9 out of 10, you wanted to play sports. Some of y'all wanted to play football. Some of y'all wanted to play basketball. Some of y'all wanted to, play baseball. Some of y'all probably even want to sell dope. All right, some cavi. Okay, whatever. But you're not that now. You see what I'm saying? So it's time to figure out what you gonna do with the rest of your life, because you only get one of them. You see what I'm saying? And if y'all ain't been watching, I've been watching YNs all on social media get 230 years. Yeah, you go take that on the chin, nigga. Yeah, nigga, on the chin. Yeah, nigga, yeah, you go take that. Yeah, so make sure you got a plan because time is gonna pass y'all by. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I'm in my 40s now, and I look younger than half of these. Man, I don't be knowing how old y'all YNs is. I be thinking y'all up in age with me and shit in the 40s. They like, no, big homie, I'm only 28. Man, y'all niggas eating out there. Hog mugs. Yeah, nigga, it's bad though, right? Because it's like, what you gonna do with your time? You see what I'm saying? Because I promise you this, by the time you get to the age 40, if you still think how you was thinking in your 20s, you done already lost. And a lot of everybody want to send these smoke signals like at 40 and 50, you still supposed to be the same ninja you was 30 years ago. See, people don't want to see, people don't see, they always try to look at you from the old you. You see what I'm saying? People always talk about all the shit you did from the past. They don't never talk about what you're doing right now. Right now, I'm doing amazing shit with my life that have nothing to do with, with the murder M game, with the violence and all that. Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't wake up on that no more, right? I did that. You see what I'm saying? I gave a good 30. I gave a 30 ball to it though. You see what I'm saying? And I sit on this platform and I know I'm probably one of the most genuine, solid people that y'all can run across to because, in the streets, you got to be somebody that you got to be the other you. You're not the real you when you in the streets. You see what I'm saying? You the real you when you picking up your kids from school. You know what I'm saying? When you sitting at that table at Thanksgiving with your family, where it's regular life. You see what I'm saying? Because when you step outside, it's a dog fight. Every day you wake up, it's a dog fight because you got to realize the only time you really need a gun is against our own people. You only need a gun against our own people because, animals, they kill for hunger, to survive. What we do, we unalive somebody because you got a wrong hat on. You see what I'm saying? You said something on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to realize, and I'm going to get to the content, but we inherited beefs that we wasn't even there. And a lot of you YNs inherited a beef that you don't know none of the key players that even was there. You inherit this beef and you don't know what the actual beef is. And if you knew what it was and you had your own thought, you might be like, oh, nigga, I ain't tripping on them niggas. Oh, that's what we beef with them niggas over? Nobody ever thought to ask, hey, what we beefing with them dudes for? Everybody just a foot soldier. You don't want to ask the question because you don't want to make nobody feel uncomfortable. Y'all at this point, it's 2025. I can't speak for the streets because, I did that and, I reserve my rights to sit in the back and just give game. But, man, you might want to ask what you beefing with them for because some of these beefs are 40-something years old. They're 40 years old. You mean it ain't that much hatred in the heart. Now, individuals might have that hatred, but just imagine you spreading that through your whole community and everybody got hate, because this happened. He was cheating with that nigga girlfriend from the other side. You know what I'm saying? And they had a baby. She left him. You know what I'm saying? And, it's jealous revenge. But I want y'all to realize inheriting beefs. I want to talk about that later on, how we have inherited a beef that we wasn't even around for. You see what I'm saying? And, it was a time where you couldn't wear red. You know what I'm saying? That was all the way out. Only time you was wearing red was when you was going to the other side and you wanted them to think that one of their own did it. It's 2025, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get to this content. I thought about Big U when I was looking at the situation. Big U ain't taking no plea deal. He's going to trial and he's saying, bet not nobody take a deal unless I take a deal first. Then y'all can go ahead and catch whatever time, because if anybody take a deal before he take his deal, he's automatically FUCC. He's going to get the maximum time. Shout out to all the real ones that's in the chat right now and all the YNs that watch this, homie. All I'm just telling you, homie, think about what you want to do with the rest of your life, homie, because you can't do this shit forever. Let's get to the content. Let's get it. Let's go.
With all this talk going on about cases and racketeering cases, I thought that this might be a good gem to drop on y'all tonight. Now, one thing I want to point out is this is the Big U indictment. They are charged with racketeering, but if you look at this, you see that Brick Baby is not on this list. So for the people who keep saying Brick Baby took a plea, Brick Baby took a plea, Brick Baby is not charged with racketeering, and therefore his plea has no effect on Big U's case. The people who are a part of this are listed, as y'all can see. The reason why I felt like this was an important thing to bring to y'all is because it gives us a look into how someone that you may consider seasoned would handle this type of situation. Now, we know Big U ain't no rookie. You know, he done been down before, and he got some experience with fighting cases and how the system will work. And
my husband used to ejaculate prematurely until this.
My hubby is ejaculating so fast, and when he gets so anxious.
Wait a minute. Did I just hear a commercial about ejaculate? Oh my God, man. This is crazy work. Let's get it.
This is a government motion. This is a response from the government. But in this response, the government lists things that they say Big U has been saying over the jail phone since he's been incarcerated. And like I said, these things give you a look into how his mind is working while he's in this situation. Now, one thing that they discuss is the fact that he is adamant about nobody.
Wow. Yeah, so he's demonstrated his unwillingness. So he's not trying to comply with the conditions. So basically, so let me just say this, right? So Big U is out here. He's trying to figure out a way to get his message across to the people that he needs to send the orders from. But the thing about this is he has to realize it's some people that's on this RICO that's on the streets, and he's trying to get people to get out and send that order for them not to take no deal. But you got to realize it's everybody for itself. So this is where it's going to be a problem at for everybody. And Big U knows this is going to be one of the most challenging parts. If you can pull this off, then you are one of the most powerful influencers people ever. If they offer these dudes these deals, right, the feds already got you. They've been working on this for years. So what they're going to try to do is say, hey, look, you got this small case right here. Go ahead and plead this out. You go ahead and you get on that stand and you say that you was a part of this enterprise with Big U. We give you probation, 3 years, and you done, right? But then you got somebody pulling up on you. Hey, Big U said, don't nobody take no deals. And they said, if you don't take the deal, we're going to max you out to the max. We got him already. Hypothetically speaking, we got him. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is going to be that raising edge, like where your loyalty at? You see what I'm saying? Now, is this loyalty to the hood or is this loyalty to Big U? You see what I'm saying? So this is where I know Big U is like, how can I pull this off? Because he's in his conditions, he can't talk to anybody that's on the case, right? But catch this. All it takes is just sending those messages out. He know that they're going to bring that up in court, that you're giving instructions to not take the situation. I'm like, damn, it's like, damn if he do, damn if he don't. And you know, rest in peace to Baby Huey. He going through a lot. He just lost his son. You see what I'm saying? On top of that, anybody can be compromised. You smell it? Catch this though. The closest a friend today could be an enemy tomorrow. Now you got to see, you already know Loose Cannon had went 8 bananas on trying to rig you with you have us rob people and then you have them come, you'll give the money back and all of that, right? He haven't got to Loose Cannon, right? Now, for one thing, we could exonerate Brick Baby out of the RICO. He never had nothing to do with it. He's fighting his own bid. Ain't nobody worrying about Brick Baby, right? But you got a couple more people on that indictment, and it's some man. This gonna be hard to pull off because you got to understand something, right? If they tell you, I will give you probation. You see what I'm saying? You just get on here and agree to this Big U's enterprise, and you clean slate. We'll get you up out of here. Now some of these cats is like, shit, nigga, you beat me up. Just say, for instance, he probably didn't slap one of them up, had them DP'd. How can you expect somebody to have that type of loyalty when all you did was dog that person out? You know, and I'm just giving hypothetical. I'm putting myself in a position like, damn, nigga, I'm stressed out. I'm stressed. It's no way that I can expect. I mean, I can send an order. You see what I'm saying? But what did that mean for me? I'm just a pawn in this shit. Like I'm nothing. Like, nigga, I don't have a choice. Like, nigga, so I can't get on with my shit and take my time and go live my life because I need to save you. That's what I know he's probably contemplating. Like, damn, but he's not complying. You know what I'm saying? What they instructed him to do. So it's a cold case, man. This is some cold ish. Let's go.
Taking a guilty plea until or unless he takes a guilty plea. That's one thing that they are, you know, they say in this paperwork that, you know, he been doing some things that he shouldn't do in jail, and this is all alleged, but they also allege, which is pretty much the purpose of this video, that he's been using the phone, and, you know, even though he's under strict orders not to communicate with any co-defendants, he hasn't personally communicated with them, but he has relayed the message to people that he wants everybody to understand nobody is to plead guilty until he pleads guilty or unless he pleads guilty. And that's because he knows if we charge with racketeering, whatever you plead guilty and admit to affects me.
What y'all think, chat? Man, well, it looked like you got yourself in a pickle, did you? Man, you know, a lot of y'all been trying to be the top dog. You know, when you at the top, you got to take the hardest blow. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something, man. You gotta think with your mind and not with your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. It don't matter what you go. If you kill a head, the body go fall anyway. You see what I'm saying? This heart comes with anxiety. It comes with fear. Your mind could play tricks on your heart. You got to be careful, man. You gotta get to know yourself. Because when you try to be a chameleon, because one minute you a gangster in the streets, next minute you picking up your daughter from school, the third minute, you know, you and your grandma going to church. Those are multiple different personalities that you simultaneously got to cut on when you switch lives. Every time you leave from whatever direction you in to the next one, you're going into another chameleon. You're going into another person. And right now, this is where I say, how do you expect all of these people to fall in line like that? You know what I'm saying? Now, if he had a bag, he had paper, I get it. You see what I'm saying? It's a gamble, but shit, all right, nigga, you go and drop that $250,000 off it to my kids. Yeah, nigga, since somebody live my kids, nigga, you do that, nigga, you got me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because ask yourself, would he do it? You know what I'm saying? You at the bottom of the toll pole, and then you send a kite to everybody and tell the big top dog, hey, nigga, I know I'm a little nigga in the pond, nigga. Hey, nigga, don't take no deal until I take my deal out. Yeah, nigga, what? Get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? He think he talking to like he's somebody. and you know, and these are grown men. These are grown men. Some of them in their 40s and their 50s. You know what I'm saying? And when you get my thing is this, right? From the ages of 25 to 35, a man faces his hardest decisions. Between the age of 25 to 35, you face your hardest decisions battling with yourself. You see what I'm saying? You come into your identity. You come into I don't expect people to call me. I don't expect people to move on my time. I don't expect anything from anybody. You at that age, like you're not a kid, you're not a child, you of age. You know what I'm saying? You at a big age, especially in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? You know, making money becomes more serious than anything else in the world. Making money. money, that woman that you land with is going to respect you. You see what I'm saying? Just imagine you not making no money, but you demanding some respect. Now, I believe that you should be respected off of principle, moral, and all that. But I'm talking about from a financial perspective, something. I'm $1, nigga. If you're bringing $50 in a day, that deserves respect because there's somebody out there that ain't bringing in nothing. You know what I'm saying? But some shitty ass boxers and some shoes, some popcorn fish shoes and shit. You know, niggas be feet stinking out here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, get your money, man. I just want to make sure that I'm adamant because I know a lot of y'all be watching, man. By the age of 25 to 35, you're going to face some of the most hardest decisions of your life. You got to decide which direction you want to go. You see what I'm saying? What you want to do with the rest of your life. You didn't effed off a good 15, 20 years. You see what I'm saying? Now you can't, it's embarrassing to walk around, you know what I'm saying, playing like you a OG, a big dog, and you don't got nothing in your pocket. You see what I'm saying? Your stripes can't pay no rent. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, go corporate on their ass. Nigga, go put on a suit and tie, nigga, and do some corporate cripping. You know what I'm saying? Something. Go catch a check. Something. But you got to do something, homie. You cannot sit out here all day long and do nothing with your time. You see what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of these YNs and designer clothes be asking niggas for money and shit. Like, nigga, you got on some $600 shoes, but you want somebody to give you $50? That is bananas, homie. Yeah. Let's go.
Now, I ain't saying that he trying to obstruct justice or he trying to, you know, prevent people from telling the truth or cooperating. He's just saying, if you down with me, if you really my friend, if you really fuck with me, don't go in there and take a plea and admit to doing something with me that I haven't admitted to doing myself. And this really gives you a look at how the old heads view this. You know, I don't want to use the term OGs because y'all know how they try to pick, and I don't want my video popping up in nobody's paperwork. You know, but this gives you a look into how the old timers, the Big U's, the John Gotti's, you know, the Sonny Francis, these guys, there ain't no racketeering. Ain't no, if I didn't admit to it, don't you go in there and admit to it on my behalf. A lot of the controversy that comes from these paperwork parties stems from people not actually understanding the charges, the cases. A lot of people are arguing conspiracy rules when it's not a conspiracy case. It's a RICO case. RICO and conspiracy, not the same thing. I said it once, I say it again. It's not the same thing. You can conspire with somebody, but not be a part of racketeering, because just us conspiring is a different thing, you know, and that's why some conspirators go unindicted, because the co-conspirator might be conspiring with you to sell drugs, but he's not doing it in furtherance of the gang. He's just doing it for some other purpose. So while he's part of the drug conspiracy, he's not part of the racketeering as far as the gang goes.
Now, this is what gets me, right? So they got on this paperwork, defendant uses his own account almost exclusively to call his wife, while he uses other inmates to call his girlfriends and other people. So they know you using somebody else. They know you got little Tommy to, you know what I'm saying, call. So you call your wife from your own account, but they got you getting other people to use their accounts to call your side chick and call some of the other people and all that. That's crazy. Or even have him talk to the people for you and have them relay a message. The fact that they can identify that and they're not even physically watching is just crazy work, gang. They know. Now, I will assume Big U was smart enough to say, hey, look, call this number, tell them Don't say my name. Say, we need to make sure that the other people don't, take that plea deal. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that, right? Which they can't. I don't know how to work with that. But if he's not vocally on that phone, he's got somebody speaking in third party for him, and the fact that they're able to detect that that's what he's doing. Come on, man. He can't. It's chess. You got to figure out another move. You got to figure out another way, another move. You need another influence. You should, you know what I'm saying? Turn one of them guards or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Get one of them bras to, use one of their cell phones or some shit like that. But because using them phones, yeah, gang, he got to figure out a way to not compromise himself while he fighting this RICO case, because it's a dead giveaway. You see what I'm saying? They already got him, using other people to call his side chick and all this crazy shit and sending them orders, man. This is some crazy ish. No bullshit. Let's go. Yep. Defendant uses his own account while exclusively call his wife, while he uses other inmates to call his girlfriend and others. All right.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
A lot of people think that the overt acts or charges themselves are like different counts. No, racketeering is the charge. The overt acts are the things that you did that support the racketeering charge. So surface charge with one count of racketeering for carrying guns in furtherance of the gang. Then he has a separate charge just for being a felon in possession of a firearm. But that doesn't mean that his gun charge is separate from the RICO case. It's just two different counts. You know how you have aggravated discharge of a firearm, for example. If you shoot at somebody, you get a charge for shooting in the direction of a person. If there's a car there, then you get another charge for shooting in the direction of a vehicle. If the car is parked in the driveway, then you get another charge for shooting in the direction of a home. So now you got three counts from one shooting. You could probably only shoot the gun one time and still get all three of those counts. So he had multiple counts, but one was racketeering, one was firearm. The racketeering charge stems from the firearm charge. I know it sounds tricky, but I'm saying all of this to say Big U seems to be aware that if these guys go in there and say, yeah, I was a part of the Big U enterprise and I did this for him and I did that for him, then it's over. That's what they are looking for. And when you have a person like Big U who's facing the type of charges he's facing, and guys come in and say, well, you didn't actually do no robbery, you just did wire fraud. So if you plead guilty and say you was a part of the Big U enterprise, then we'll just book you for wire fraud and we won't charge you with none of the other stuff in the racketeering case. And somebody be willing to jump right on it. Oh, yeah, I'm pleading guilty. Yeah, that's it. I just took my weight for what I did. But in the process, you admitted that the Big U enterprise is a thing. You admitted that the Big U enterprise was engaged in all of those things that they accused.
Just to be clear, man, don't get it twisted, man. Don't let nobody tell you, man. Hey, history repeats itself. You see what I'm saying? If you keep getting disrespected by somebody in your community, they dog you out, y'all end up going down in the same situation. It ain't gonna never be right just because y'all in a situation where both y'all need to get out of. Don't let nobody fool you, man. At some point, hey, patterns gotta change. You see what I'm saying? History repeats itself, and the only way that you can fix that by changing the pattern. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta move back from people. And let me just tell y'all something, man. You think it's loyalty until that indictment drop. Yeah, nigga, yeah, that's my nigga. I know my nigga never do me like that. Nigga, what? Nigga, that's my dog. You think it's loyalty until that indictment drop. Then it's everybody for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? It's loyalty, yeah. And long as nobody get caught, long as, you know what I'm saying, nobody's indicted. But once everybody get indicted, then it's every man for itself. Now, normally, you know, back in the day, this ish would fly. You see what I'm saying? Because you had soldiers who was willing to carry out missions. And then they realized that a lot of people wasn't getting that same love in return, where it's like, what am I getting out of this, nigga? I'm just a buster, nigga. I'm just a take order at person. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the game is so cold. Right now, Big U is probably at one of the stress level got to be at an all-time high. You see what I'm saying? I would be taking high blood pressure pills because you isolated, you in a cell. You can't really talk to nobody because you don't know who's compromised. You see what I'm saying? You want to vent, you want to talk, but just imagine talking to the wrong person. They got sleepers in themselves. They got people that will come infiltrate Big U, play chess with them, dominoes with them, walk the yard with them, and they will stand there as long as they have to try to get some information until he break. You see what I'm saying? Don't you ever believe that anybody look, everybody can't trust nobody. Everybody can't trust nobody. Like I said, you think his loyalty until that indictment drop. And then you will realize, shit, nigga, you mean to tell me that I got to sit up in here when they offer me probation, nigga? My family is, I'm thinking like them. It's because real life is happening at this point, right? Families are destroyed. He's the man of his house. The baby mama is probably working at a gas station, trying to hold it down. Her mama is hoping he could come home and get back on his ish. So he's supposed to tell his family, no, I can't do it. I got to stay down for him. So, you know, he can get out. We need him to beat this. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way I would think when you have common sense, you will look at it. It's not like you looking at it for the greater good of the community. You see what I'm saying? And we need to stop calling gangs, because gangs is just so outdated, so overrated. I even think, like, you know, I calling a gang banger, call him a street operator. You know what I'm saying? Call it community. You know what I'm saying? Change this shit up. This shit been like 40, 50 some years using that. It's the grittiness of it that makes it sound bad. And I personally could tell you, gang culture is not bad. It's a lot of sticks and stones that break people's bones, but you know, the words should never hurt you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you got to stay focused, man. But yeah, nah, man. You know, let's be honest, man. God didn't put us on this earth just to gangbang. As a kid, you want to be a football player. Some of y'all want to be a rapper like Tupac. Shit, some of y'all used to wear penny loafers and your grandma put some pennies in there, and you're doing your Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And the black Michael Jackson, not before he bleached his skin and beat up his nose and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme watching Bruce Lee movies, and you know how you want to play all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wanted to be something in life before you decided to, you know, jump on that concrete. You know what I'm saying? Beat your feet on that blacktop, though, right? So, you know, that's why I always say, man, like, don't get caught up in thinking like, you know, you don't want to be fucking 60, 70 years old out there. Tell about me, I'm out here for my little young niggas, man. I'm out here just showing support. What support? You on dialysis? You got high blood pressure, diabetes, everything. Hey, roll up, yo. Where? Hey, what's the young nigga name? What's the little name? Chronic. Hey, Chronic. Hey, come here, little nigga. Hey, man, roll that shit up, nigga. You got a whole pound on there, nigga. Roll that shit up. Now, nigga, I've been out here since 78. Nigga, I made it safe so you could walk around here. Yeah, nigga, 78. Yeah, nigga, yeah, what? Yeah, nigga. At this liquor store was right there. Yeah, I remember when Martin Luther King came down there in 48. Yeah, 40. Yeah, my mama told me that. Yeah, nigga, he came to California. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had green. We was gonna get a car wash, and we was gonna get a laundry mat. And we was gonna be millionaires, baby. Yeah, Jack. Yeah, roll up that little doobie. Yeah. You know, I don't do that little that blunt shit. I do the little doobie. You know, paper, you know what I'm saying? All that wood and shit, the hell now, you know, that. That's all right. That's all right. Right there. Dang, I'm good. God is good. Hello. Let's get to the content. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, man, hold on. Man, I got a message for the YNs. I seen this clip on TikTok, man. This YN right here says some profound stuff, man. So I'm gonna play this, man, because it touched me. If it touched me, I'm like, oh, I feel something right there. Yeah, something is tickling. I said, yeah, he got a good message, man. I got to support what his word. You know, I believe he's a chosen one. He might be locked up, but to me, he's a chosen one. So yeah, let me bust this down.
Forever, who's been having a hard time. To the little homie on year 4 of Forever, who's been having a hard time trying to keep it together. It's quite a transition from the streets to a cage and dealing with the reality of a life sentence at a young age, feeling played because you actually believe she stay. Baby, I ain't going nowhere is what she always used to say until she gave up hope you would come home one day. Now, she forgot what it was, but you can't forget who you are, even if nothing's going your way thus far. Man up, chin up, chest out. Fuck what they talking about. This is a defining moment to show them what you really about. Demonstrate the way to find hope in a hopeless place and how to stay unfazed by things you can't control or change, which is everything but your actions and the thoughts in your brain. And them thoughts in your brain, just watch what they bring. Everything. Stand on business and they gonna crown you a king.
Man, that was that's real. You know, I really rock with that right there, man. You know, back in high school, man, I thought about being a poet and shit. I like that shit.
To the little homie on year 4 of Forever, who's been having a hard time trying to keep it together. It's quite a transition from the streets to a cage. And
woo, that's some good poetry right there, man. All right, so let's get back to the content, man. Shout out to that brother, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, you know, some real ones that's recognizing what you're doing, man. I'm gonna definitely drop some more of his content on the channel, man. Give him some limelight. I'm gonna get his name so y'all can reach out to him too. Yeah, let's go.
Them of. It's like I said with the Surf situation. Surf's lawyer argued during his sentencing that he should get a lenient sentence because he's not involved in the trafficking of cocaine or ice or fentanyl or heroin. And then Surf went in there and pleaded guilty and admitted that the Rolling 60s sell cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. Like, why are you admitting to this if you are not involved in it? Because they need this to incriminate the other members of the enterprise. And I'm just, I'm just pointing out to y'all, people who seem to think that it's okay to go in there, that somebody like Big U, who is seasoned, we done seen lawyers say it affect y'all, but even somebody on the street that y'all would consider, a street legend.
Turns out if you've been in a car accident in the past year, they have to give you a huge check, and all you have to do is ask.
Big U saying nobody take no plea until or unless I take a plea. That's how these things go. I ain't gonna keep y'all for too long. I just wanted to bring y'all this. This is one of those gems. I ain't trying to down nobody or none of that. I'm really trying to educate y'all, because the more people actually know and understand, then the easier it'll be to avoid these types of situations. Y'all saw that video dude on there telling y'all, if you in a group of 5 or more and you got on blue, they gonna say y'all a gang. And you knew all of this, but you still recorded yourself walking down the street with a group of guys with blue rags and throwing up gang signs. If you look back, when Gunna took his plea in the YSL case, he ended up coming out later with a song basically saying that the DA tricked him. He's saying they tricked him. They tricked me into taking this plea, and then they took it and issued this statement. And, he said they finessed him. And I've been seeing a lot of people in my comment section saying, damn, Surf did do bad, but I don't think he knew what he was doing. They finessed him. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I'm from the streets, man. Look. Ignorance is not an excuse, because when you make the decision to get out here, it's on you to educate yourself to, the proper procedures to doing things. So ignorance is not an excuse at all. But like I said, if I can educate y'all prior to being in that situation, then that's what I'm going to do, because I'm seeing a trend in guys finding themselves in this situation and then saying that they got tricked. These guys, you know, they out here thugging and doing everything under the sun on the streets, and nobody's smarter than them when they on the streets. When these guys on the streets, you can't pay them to say somebody is smarter than them. But as soon as they get in jail, they get in trouble. Now all of a sudden it's, oh man, I didn't know. I didn't know what they was doing. They tricked me. They finessed me. So, you know, ignorance is not an excuse, but if you can be taught something that can help you avoid that situation prior to even getting in it, then that's the route I advise you to go. Learn before you even think that you want to get in the streets. Actually learn what it encompasses, because the streets require you to go in there and keep your mouth shut. See how he said no pleas unless or until I take a plea? That's what the streets require you to do. You a soldier. You not no chief. You not no leader. If dude up top ain't took no plea, you can't take a plea. You can't think for yourself. You can't worry about your mama or your daughter or your family or your career or none of that. You got to stay loyal to the movement.
Wow, that was deep right there. Yeah, you know, you can't think for yourself. Let me just make sure that I'm clear, man. And a lot of people that's as real as it get. You can't think for yourself, man. When your father is absent, your big homie become your daddy. You know what I'm saying? When there's no guidance, when guidance is absent, your hood become your teacher. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say if they treating you the right way or the wrong way, man? You got to understand, man. You got one life, man. You got to learn to think for yourself and make decisions as a man, because, you know, I'm at an age now where I'm old enough to say I'm not hanging around nobody that don't got no love for me. I'm not hanging around nobody that want to cause me harm or trick me out of my position. You know what I'm saying? If it could cost me my life, then it can't be right. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford. You know how hard I worked to get myself to this position? I was the same nigga standing in the alley selling dope with that 40 on my lap, nigga, ready to knock something down if it came to it. You see what I'm saying? Selling curve serving. You know what I'm saying? Serving Yavi. You know what I'm saying? Like real caviar. You know what I'm saying? And cooking, doing all of that shit, poisoning my community. You know what I'm saying? And I used to look in the sky and I used to ask God, like, man, this can't be my life forever. Walking to the liquor store to go get some toilet paper, another toothpaste and a toothbrush, you know what I'm saying? Pissing in alleys, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just eating out every day. When it's raining, I'm in my car still selling dope, all that shit. I might not look like it now, but then I did it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But I just imagine me letting a nigga convince me to do something to make them feel better, and I crash out on the behalf of them, knowing that I got way more to lose. Yeah, man. If you said anything negative about me, you show any type of hate, or I'm not coming around you, nigga. I'm not finna lose nothing I got, bro. I can't. I'm going where I'm celebrated. I'm not hanging where I'm tolerated. I'm not. Nah, nigga. Hey, it's cool. I ain't even mad at y'all. Whoever it is in life, it's some people that some homeboys, some friends, some cousins, siblings that I probably will never talk to again. You know what I'm saying? And we grown. We all got our own destinies. We all got our own lives, bro. I could be whatever anybody want me to be. You know what I'm saying? It's people right now lying on my name on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. I'm not clearing shit up. You know, I know how this shit work, but I'm at that age, bro, where, man, if it ain't love, man, if it ain't genuine, I can't afford to give my energy. You not go tear my vibrating when I wake up, man. I'm talking about, nigga, I'm pouring the finest coffee, man, in my robe, and you know what I'm saying? I'm going to the golf course. You know what I'm saying? Doing golf. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how to, you know, diversify my portfolio, get with some people who want to that building generational wealth. I want to leave something behind for my kids. I don't want no nigga standing at my funeral telling my kids, oh, oh yeah, that nigga was a rider. And my kid, that nigga, man, you know what I'm saying? We went to college and we did everything he told us to do, and he left me nothing. Man, come on, gang. Like, that can't be life for you to just, not plan. You don't have a plan. You're not a man without a plan. Yeah, I understand you in the streets. That's called survival. But what's the plan? What's the plan to get to what you want? You ask somebody what you want to do with your life. If they don't know, then I can't hang around a nigga that don't know what he want to do with his life. You're 30, you're 40, some of y'all 50. You can't come tell me some motherfucking gangster shit, nigga. At 40 and 50, you talking to me about some gangster shit? You got it, bro. All right, no problem. You got to be cool with walking away with somebody that, look, bro. Man, I'm talking about, I wear cardigan sweaters, nigga, when I go to certain environments and smoke a cigar. I go to a cigar lounge, nigga, with a fly suit or a cardigan, sip on some cocktails and talk about business and stocks and trades and all that shit. To an average street nigga, that's some lame shit. Oh, that nigga Nina boy weird. That nigga in a 3-piece suit smoking a cigar. Yeah, nigga. Sometimes, nigga, I would even get an Uber black truck, nigga, jump in the back, you know what I'm saying, read my Rob Report magazine. I go pull out my laptop and go study some shit. You see what I'm saying? Some shit that I never thought I would find interesting. You see what I'm saying? I look at loan banks for property and land and equity and ROIs and how to diversify portfolios, all this crazy shit that I'm utilizing my time to understand and comprehend. You see what I'm saying? Which already puts me at an advantage higher than anybody that's not talking about what I'm talking about. Just imagine me putting in all that work, that mental work, right? Because your brain is a supercomputer. You see what I'm saying? I've been telling y'all for years, man, we got this black magic in us, bro. Yeah, nigga, this the feng shui. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, some bonjour over here. You know what I'm saying? Some real feng shui, nigga, that black power, that black magic that we got. Man, if we just cut that bitch home and we use that shit, it's no way we should still have that underbelly, that small mentality where it's all good if I look good in designer clothes. Nigga, a lot of y'all is hiding y'all insecurities in designer clothes. You can't tell me that once you take that shit off, you still feel real. You can't tell me that you real once you take that off. I don't care how you cut that. Yeah. See, everybody's fixated on getting more people to believe into their story. Yeah, you want people to buy into your bullshit. But when you sitting in that house and you like, damn, look around. Whose place are you living in right now? Whose car? Some of you niggas got to take off your girlfriend pink handle steering wheel and take off the pink back plate thing, and you know what I'm saying, put it back on when she come to work, all that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, what do you got in your name? Credit. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you should be looking at, man, I got to get credit. I got to go get a business loan. They're throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars for people who follow the process that's common, regular people that want to get to the next level. It's people that's turning businesses off of $3,500 to a six-figure type of business. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, nigga? That nigga ain't outside. He on some buster shit. Oh, he in studying. Nigga doing online work. Whatever you doing. Don't man, look, bro. Let these people trick you out your life. And I guarantee you, niggas gonna come celebrate, party with you and all that shit and never come back to your funeral. They're not gonna put no money on paying your bills. Matter of fact, name how many communities actually pay for their homies' burial services. How many communities actually pay for their homies who pass away their burial services? Select a few. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, let's be clear. Your mama gonna have to pay for that. And your mama wasn't even out there hanging and banging with you. So make sure you got a plan, man. I understand y'all young, y'all want to have y'all fun and all that shit. And don't get me wrong. Hey, ride with who ride with you. Support your community, respect your community, but make sure you got a plan, man, because this shit ain't forever, bro. It ain't. I'm just keeping it Fendi. Let's go.
And if that means we got to go to trial and get life for this shit, then that's what we signed up for. You can't be all down with the gang, and then as soon as you get booked, it's all about your mom and your daughter, and you got to continue because you follow protocol on the streets. That was big homie on the streets. That was OG on the streets, big bro on the streets. And you played that role to a T. But now that the consequences of that, Surf said that in his letter. People always talk about the streets, but they don't talk about the consequences. You niggas don't really suffer no consequences because y'all find ways to weasel your way out of the consequences. And that's why so many people, that's why that revolving door is so active, because a lot of people not really learning nothing because they can go in there and snitch to get back out fast. Then when they get back out, people treat them like they never snitched. So they ain't even suffering no consequences from that. So they ain't learning. They get right back in the streets again. That's how that revolving door keeps going. You know, like I say, ignorance is not an excuse, and stick to the protocol, man. If big homie ain't took no plea, I can't take no plea. I can't go in here and, oh, I'm done with the rolling 60s. This all about me and my life. You can't do that. And if you go on Pacer, you will see that you can't pull these guys' transcripts up. And they have the option to make them available on.
You know, hey, shout out to B, man. Hey, you know, B perspective is definitely the way it was intended to be. But now we're talking about multiple people who probably had a little bit of communication with him that got caught up on that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he at the top. I could damn near bet everybody. Look at all those people's on that indictment. You got to understand something. It got to be every man for itself, especially if, you know, a lot of these dudes are late in the game. When I was coming up as a youngster, I understand you was 16, you was 15 years old, and you know what I'm saying, y'all get pulled over, it's a gun in the car, you supposed to take the gun because he just did all that time in prison, and you know, you got to pay your dues, nigga, show you got hard, you would take one for the team. But you know, I want to definitely say this, you nowadays you got to watch out for the motherfuckers who tell you to take one for the hood because if you take it for the hood, who's going to support your family? You know what I'm saying? If you the head of household, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you was working, you was off that day, you put up in the hood because, you know, everybody ain't mad at you for getting a job. Nigga, you got to pay your bills, right? You know what I'm saying? And you the only one that's paying those bills. Every freaking bill, she pregnant and she got 2 kids that's 6 and 8. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't your gun, it ain't your fingerprint on there. And a nigga tell you to take it for the hood, what do? What do you do? These is challenges that I want you YNs to understand that you might be faced to go through. You know, and pray to God that you don't get caught up in situations like that. You make it out of those situations. And see, these are just real life current events, homie. This ain't to deter anybody from, you know, making their choices, but it's good to have a ninja like me out on these platforms that can like paint out the scenarios where you don't have to, you know, run into them and not, you know, be stuck with trying to figure out what you go do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this. That's why they made sidewalks, homie. You see what I'm saying? If you know your heart ain't like that, bro, don't get out there don't beat your feet on that concrete, homie. I swear to God, I'm telling you the real. I know cats who got put on, and I'm talking about within the first week, got caught up and end up catching a lot of time behind the walls. Ain't even got a chance to get his dick wet by some of the females in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Ain't get a chance. Don't even got a driver's license. You know, never had their own apartment. You know, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a thinking game. I tell you, the game is 60% mental, 40% physical. I know a lot of y'all think that the physical is more than the mental. It's not. You gotta outthink everybody in the streets because it's going to be a time where it's going to be you or that person. You see what I'm saying? You can't be a crash dummy for the rest of your life. So, you know, I want y'all to let that penetrate through your nugget. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Pacer, but they don't, because they don't want people to know. He don't want y'all to know he went in there and said, my life with the rolling 60s is over. I'm done with the rolling 60s. He don't want y'all to know he said that, because he knows in his heart that that was him placing blame for everything that he had done on the rolling 60s. He don't want y'all to know that, even though he admitted that he wasn't involved in no fentanyl or cocaine sales, that he still went on the record and said that the Rolling 60 sell cocaine and fentanyl. He don't want y'all to know that. It's little slick things like that that these guys do when they take pleas. That's why Big U say no pleas. Once he plead guilty and say, yeah, I was running the enterprise, then everybody else can say, yeah, I worked for him. Until then, no, sir. On that note, I'm going to wrap this one up, though.
All right. Yes, sir, man. Yeah, this was, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Brian, man. Brian, man, y'all go check out. Hold on. I want to put it up there so y'all can see his channel. Y'all go check out Brian's channel, man. Y'all see it right there? Brian Blake. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's a cold game. It is a cold game, man. And make sure, hey, look, bro, before you get in that car with whoever that's convincing you, make sure that they go do it too. Don't never get in the car and you instructed to do something and they ain't doing it with you. Nah, y'all all do it together. Because at the end of the day, anybody could be compromised. The closest person to you do you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. See, sometimes people might smell something on you, might smell weakness. And then you know you got the heart to do it and you do it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they give you a little kudos and your props and all that shit. And then you sit back, you're like, damn, this is my third time. I ain't never seen this nigga go do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit you got to realize. Take a mental note. You know, you can't keep putting in work for everybody asking you to do it and you ain't seen nobody do it in return. You know what I'm saying? Don't be no gopher, man. You know what I'm saying? So at that note, we gonna leave it right there. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate y'all, man. I need y'all to like, comment, and you subscribe, but hit that hype button, man. Hype me up for this video, man. Let's get this out there in the algorithm. And I got one more piece of content coming. I think we're gonna do the Krishan and Blueface situation. We're gonna do the call-in live on that one. So if y'all the Krishan sector, y'all come back over here, man. We're gonna do the call in, and you know, I might have a couple people come up to the top too, man. So on that note, I thank everybody for pulling up, and I'm seeing you on the next video. Let's go.
I know how to shoot, I know how to fight. I tell you once, don't tell you twice. I'm real discreet, the thief in the night.